I've been playing this intro in my head a few times and I can't quite figure out how I should do it. Hey guys, it's Chase, and hey guys, Chase here, and I recently started a new series on a subject I found very interesting, and that's witchcraft and black magic and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm playing kind of a character on it, but I had some really interesting ideas I wanted to go into, and now that whole series is going to take kind of a break. Really not sure what is next for me, or if what is next for my life. I mean, for the past, for today and yesterday, I've been walking around this big, empty, dark, quiet, lonely house, and I'm slowly going crazy. Like, if it would be nice to have a friend to talk to, and yet I don't have that. And so for the longest time, filmmaking has been the thing that I thought mattered to me. I thought filmmaking was something I really cared about, and for the most part, it is. But time and time again, if I had the choice to put my family first, I would, and I'll put family over filmmaking, or the entire industry for that matter, every time. And I'm just going back and I'm looking at all these pictures, and I'm just crying my eyes out, and I'm slowly going crazy. That's why I need to have as many lights on as possible, so I can, so that way the house doesn't feel dark. I can't even. It's like I've already went through this once. That was how I first got into photography. Was when my grandmother took this picture. But I feel like I can't focus on anything, and I can't. I don't know what's next for me or for my life or for anything, and I feel like everything is just sinking. And losing my grandmother felt the same kind of thing, but at least I had my grandfather here with me, and now I'm just alone. It's just crushing me. So, if you're vegan or vegetarian, please don't be offended. But I figured I would want to cook something that I guess I could call my grandfather's favorite meal. Although that's not completely accurate, but it's not accurate. So I remember I got this because I wanted to make this for him, and he didn't. Doing cooking videos for this is like, cooking in food has always been kind of a big thing in our culture, or our family, or our culture. It's like, I guess anyone in the South, really. I guess anyone from like Kentucky and then anything down. If like food is the thing that families use to grieve or whatever. I feel like I'm just kind of going through the motions here, because my heart's not really in it. I feel like I'm just going through the motions because my heart isn't really in it. And I really haven't really felt. I haven't really felt the need to eat anything since. I haven't felt the need to eat anything at all. And because I keep looking over and I want to see my grandfather over there. And being a caregiver is it's physically and emotionally draining, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. When I was at first, my grandmother first started to decline, and then I slowly started to care for her, and then she got to where she needed a little more help and a little more help and a little more help, and then after we lost her, I really started. I kind of took over being a caregiver for my grandfather, and I feel like me and my grandfather bonded more these last few months, and but that's not really saying anything. I was still close with both my grandparents. I guess going through grief, you kind of realize that, at least for me, I kind of realized that I have the best grandparents that that I have the best grandparents that I could ever ask for, and I think I kind of put a hold on a lot of my life for my grandparents, and I don't necessarily I wouldn't want it any other way, so therefore, not having my grandparents around, I feel like a part of me is kind of not around. I don't, and that's the reason why I'm making this video now and just trying to stay creative, is because when I was first encountering suicidal thoughts, I first thought that the thing that got me through it was filmmaking. But the thing is, every now and then I would have a stressful day or something that would just make me feel like every now and then I would feel like I would want to kill myself. But I wouldn't. And I think now I realize that it was always my grandparents that the reason I didn't want to kill myself was because I wanted to be here for them. So therefore, if I've been having nothing but suicidal thoughts recently, and the only difference is now I feel like there's nothing stopping me from having these thoughts. A tip: make sure to always wash your hands when you're dealing with raw meat. Recipe is just a very simple, putting a meatloaf together and using a can and putting that in it and stuff like that. One thing my grandfather loves is putting an onion in it. So that's, or at least half an onion. So that's another tip. Half an onion. And also, if you wear glasses, try not to cut your fingers off if you're doing it without glasses because you're making a video. And the rest of the recipe is pretty simple. You put half a can in before and you put half a can in after. And also, you can't really be afraid to get your hands dirty either. And another thing I seem to notice is another thing I notice is sometimes the meatloaf sticks to the bowl. So you have to be aware of that sometimes. Except for one time, I remember one time I had a meatloaf thing that you put the meatloaf in, it takes it right out, it drains the grease off of it and everything. Also, there's grease in this, so be warned. But it's that was one thing. Yes. Final step in, you put it in here, and I don't really know how long. I think one time I said 10 minutes or 15 minutes, but don't hold me to that. I don't know. So about 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And But just watch it, because it depends on how much you use. That's pretty much it. So I'll catch back with you when it's done. So. Okay, guys, while I got a minute to talk to you, first of all, there was a video coming up in the Black Magic series that it might be a little offensive, so please don't take offense to it. Again, I'm just playing a character. But the thing I was hoping to talk to you about is not only is that series may not continue, but I'm also not sure what else to do with my life. And I'd like to take a minute just to talk to you about my Patreon. And I know I've mentioned that before, and I know a lot of other people have mentioned it, but there's already in just one day, there's already bills on top of bills that are coming in. And the mortgage, the mortgage on the house, on the property, water bills, electric bills, things like that. If you enjoy my content, if you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy any of the stuff that I do, please consider going to my Patreon. There's plenty of perks. There's the idea of what I want to do on Patreon is exclusive content you can't do anywhere else, and exclusive content that you can't get anywhere else. And what it does for me is it helps me not be homeless. It helps me to be able to produce content independently, individually, and freely. And it's gotten to that point where I can't do it anymore without some help. And that's pretty much all I have to say. Bye.